right, so did you know that at the beginning of 2020, the number of bytes in the digital universe was 40 times more than the number of stars in the observable universe? We're telling you that because today is International Information Overload Day. And of course, organizing strategist Brinda Prinzavalli joins us this morning to talk about it. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Now, you were telling us that there is a new meaning to bite size. Tell us more.
Correct. You know, it used to mean that bite size was actually something very small, but now those small bite sizes just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And by 2025, you know, we're very familiar with kilobyte and megabyte and that, but by 2025, they're saying there's going to be 175 zettabyte. Now look how far down on the list that is. So we have a lot more information that's going to be coming at us. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So we really have to look and see how to manage that, because there are some really negative side effects to having all of this information overload for us. I mean, it reduces our productivity. We have more mind clutter. You're not a good decision maker. It can even impact your mood and insomnia. So it's really important to get a handle on all of this information that's coming in. And there's two different ways to do it. And one is that if this inflow, I mean, let's face it, most of the inflow we have coming into our lives these days really is coming from email, because sometimes it's not that controllable. So I think there's some really good strategies that you can do just simply with your email to help reduce that overload of information. And one of the first things is that as that email is coming in, set some alerts and set some strategies within your email program so that it disperses all of those emails to a specific folder. Then once you have a chance to go back and look at those folders, then you're going to be looking at the information instead of it all being there. Now, a second strategy is actually to have a separate email address for the different purposes that you're receiving emails. You always know when you're registering for something, there's always that little checkbox that's right there that says, yes, send me info. So first be aware of that. And then decide, where is that email going to, where do you want it to go? Do you want it to be part of your news? Do you want it to be part of your online ordering? And once you do that, it really helps you only decide to go and look at that information when you want to look at that information. And that's really important.
Love it. Now, what is the last tip that you have for us this morning?
Well, there's what comes in, and then it's what we're seeking out. And one of those things is to really look at where you're getting your information source. And that is, we all have our favorite magazines, right? We want to keep it coming in. But there are maybe a few magazines that you want to stop having come in, or there are some online that you don't want to, you want to limit the amount of time that you're going to them. And also look at when you're not going to be looking at information. When you're exercising, when you're eating, when you're doing some of those things that you really just need to not be overloading the information that's coming in. And again, just even what you're doing yourself. Limit the amount of tabs that you have open on your browser. And there's nothing like multitasking to bombard your brain with multiple sources of information. So a very simple thing is also to avoid multitasking.
Brenda, thank you so much. As always, we appreciate your useful tips.